You don't want that.
CJ.
Dude.
Sorry.
That's not funny, dude. You can't make those jokes anymore. Times have changed, which is really selfish of Micah because now we've had to really tone down our humor because they just don't hit like they used to.
They don't.
You know what is typical?
I'm getting way too aggressive.
Us being here and waiting on Micah. I see him walking.
He's actually gotten way better about it, though.
He has. But I mean, now he's
Still not good.
He's to the point of like a 14-year-old. You know, I feel like he's constantly in the mindset of, you know, when your mom was like, hey, take out the chicken, defrost the chicken before I get home so I can make supper. And then you forget. And then right before she gets home, you go, shit, I forgot to take the chicken out of the freezer. That's like his life. Like he doesn't try to slow us down, but he always does.
Ryan, you have analogies for everything, dude.
It's my only talent.
You know who has better analogies than you, though? Your dad. Randy has the best, like, one-liners, dude. Yesterday, him and our buddy Mark were talking about buying a truck, and Randy goes, oh, what color did you get? And Mark goes, red. I don't really like the red. I don't like some of the options. And Randy goes, hey, you know what they say, though? Oh, fuck. What do they say?
You say
you die.
You won't die with it unless you die in it.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually a pretty good one.
Yeah. I was very quick to be like, damn, Randy, that was good. The only person that had better one-liners was Jake's dad, though, Dave. God, that guy was a savage. Still is, though. We don't see him anymore, but I'm sure he still is, honestly.
I'm sure he's out there making crude jokes somewhere.
Mike, you coming? We're kind of running it. What are you doing?
Christmas lights.
Christmas lights?
We got Christmas Mike.
Christmas Mike.
This is our one podcast that's going up around Christmas, so.
Well, what about the one that we put up today?
Yeah, I guess. But I don't have a time machine, so.
That's true. This one would go up the day before Christmas.
All right, Steven, come on.
We'll take a short cut, probably, or we can keep talking. Doesn't matter. You just.
You didn't look at me like I should quit?
You're in it. I think. You
Honestly,
just
yeah,
follow
you're
through at
committed.
this
Just
point,
finish
yeah.
this out.
That was maybe a little bit much tape. Is it ASMR or is it Asmir?
ASMR. Who's ever called it Asmir?
Me.
Thanks for being on it.
I don't.
I don't know. You just look at something. It's like, what'd you used to call memes memes or something like that?
No, I never did such a thing.
Was it CJ?
No,
It might have been
Oh,
CJ.
it was Britton Thompson.
I know it was Brittany.
Yeah,
I know it was Britain.
that's funny. Maymays.
Memes.
Hey, did you see this Maymay?
Who did that though?
Not.
One of you, well,
I
you
would
two-
maybe do it to trigger you, Ken.
Maymay.
But CJ might actually do that because he has a hard time with words sometimes.
It's like CJ calling Wi-Fi Wi-Fi.
Well, that's different.
I feel like that's just
funny.
a part of
So
his
different.
personality now.
Wiffa.
This one might be a little short, Mike. My bad.
Yeah, like they keep getting shorter and shorter. Jeez.
That one's shorter yet. Short Mike.
Short tape, Mike.
I think my new favorite one is Cold Mike.
Cold Mike.
Cold Mike.
Dude, Ken is so fucked.
Why?
He's driving his Bronco through the car wash with no doors.
How many likes do we have?
100%. I think we're all doing it, though.
I like doing that. I think it's fun. But
You've been doing that on the weekends lately, haven't you?
yeah, I like to go get just like whatever vehicle and run through. But I'm sure he's going to have something great to say here.
Ken, if you sit down and say anything about not agreeing to it, stand up right now and leave.
I remember when we did that in the what was it, that shitty Dodge without the roof, and we did that in like April, and it was freezing.
Yeah, it's going to be cold, Ken.
It's going to suck.
Your
Probably-
car has heated seats.
It doesn't matter if you have heated seats when it's like 10 degrees out.
Have you ever had pneumonia, Ken?
No, but I think I'm about to experience it.
Yeah. It'll be, well, add another one to your list.
All right, Steve, you ready? I just had to add that.
Yeah. No, but it would be pretty freaking funny just to like let Ken go through by himself.
Just one.
It'd just be so weird. It'd be like the clip would be hilarious. Like, you know, it's like
It's
part
really
of like
him.
excitement of it is like you're like laughing with your friends and like your friends getting sprayed, but you're not at that time, so it's funny. But if he's just in there by himself, he's just gonna be like,
It'd literally just be a clip of Ken sitting there just going, ah. Oh, shit. Oh.
Jesus Christ.
No, that's gonna be fun though.
All right, should we intro it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Intro, Mike.
Well, we're back for another podcast. It is Friday. I know it's not Friday when you're listening to this. It might be, but we're happy to be back. We're on the grind. Lately, it's just been boys podcast, which is honestly what I enjoy. I mean, I enjoy having guests too, but it's great. So welcome back to Life Wide Open Podcast. CJ, Ryan, and Ben here. We got Jamie in the back working the cams.
We got Tint and Mark watching,
Got a little audience.
and we are wildly close to hitting 100K. If we haven't hit 100K by the time this podcast goes live, I will be a bit disappointed. But if we haven't, it'd be great if you guys could help and subscribe.
But yeah, last I checked, it was 99.6, so we're nice and close.
Should hit it. That was a phenomenal intro, Mike.
Thank you.
Intro, Mike.
Intro
Yeah,
Mike.
intro
Hey, we don't call him Intro Mike for nothing.
This guy.
My favorite one from the last video is when you guys are just like, Cold Mike,
Cold Mike.
Cold Mike.
Well, and there's a lot of GoPro Mike comments too.
Dude, that was so funny.
Yeah, so if you guys haven't seen that, like we definitely knocked that off from the train guy on TikTok. He's like the inventor of that view, but how funny was that?
Yeah.
It looked so silly.
Oh, dude.
running.
Little arms.
Yeah, that was probably the best angle is you running because you look so small and you look just so like innocent because you're just focused on one thing and that's just like getting to the car and it's like if you were to throw it on a dog, that'd be a really funny view of just a dog just like running through.
That actually would be. The life jacket looked like my body.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. My favorite comment from the last podcast was somebody commented, "You guys should change your name to Steve Boys TVs."
What?
That'd be a great parody account.
Dude,
Great parody
talk
account.
about the depth of meme on that one. It'd be our whole channel would turn into an inside joke.
Steve Boys TV. Someone make that Instagram account. Basically, if we say anything, someone makes an Instagram account for it. There's already like 2 Pink Eye Mike Instagram accounts. There's
Right.
like a handful of Jonah, a handful of Cheddar.
Yeah,
There's
you love to
Jet
see
Ski Ryan, regular
There's a
Ryan.
ton of little like.
There's a ridiculous amount of fan accounts, and we still can't get verified.
It's typical to complain about that. If you're not verified, you complain about not being verified, right? But seriously,
Would be
Yeah.
nice.
it would be nice.
I think it's about who you know. Honestly,
It really
The
is.
personal pages is one thing because we don't really have that many followers on personal page, but the
Right.
the CboysTV page, I feel like
Come on.
Yeah, it's got 340,000 followers and gets like pretty good views on videos
Good
and gets a
traffic.
ton of videos reposted.
And there
know,
of
like, you would
fan
think that
accounts. There's like literally 50 fan accounts. on it,
Yes,
and that's
exactly.
part of the criteria
and that's
to get
part
verified.
of the criteria, and you have to be like an LLC and have like a EIN number, which is like your basically like your tax number to show that you're like a business, which Instagram wants to see to verify. And we have all that, and then every single time we apply, they're just like, nope.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's about who you know.
It's because we didn't post all those reels when they wanted us to.
That might be why.
Yeah,
That's not why.
Instagram like bombarded us to post reels because obviously they're trying to keep up with TikTok. So
We tried it, but I don't know. It's just we're not really Instagrammers. You know,
Try to put
that's
up.
not really our thing.
I don't like that the reels don't show views over.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb,
over,
dude. I'd rather have them show.
you have to
views
like go to the
more than
page to
likes.
check it.
Yeah.
Dude.
Why is that? Videos never get more more likes and pictures.
I don't know. I think it's
'Cause
because
you
like
watch
I
it.
don't find myself. Yeah,
Yeah.
I forget. I watch it and go, that was awesome.
Yeah.
And I scroll through.
The video of you jumping over the quad is one of our most liked
Really?
posts on Instagram, though.
Really?
I'm sure, dude. It
Well,
got
'cause it
posted
was- got, like,
around everywhere.
It's almost got like 70,000 likes on Instagram,
Holy
and it's
fuck.
like a
Pretty
video.
good.
It's like a series of videos, which
Yeah.
is like super.
Well, whenever you do a string, it's likes, not views. I saw one of Evan's reels, Cypress Hill. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but he's
I don't know who that is.
Okay, it's 2000s baby. No, he's like a
makes
90s
sense.
rapper. Did he start rapping in the
Oh.
90s or earlier? But he reposted Evan's video, and Evan on the same video on Evan's page has 2.6
That
million
is
views.
crazy.
That is crazy.
So I was like, "Whoa, nice!" And then that's like who Evan grew up listening to. So that's pretty dope.
What?
Yeah,
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah.
Actually,
he was
It's-
pretty hyped.
It's so cool to see Evan just popping off on Instagram with all these different reposts.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude,
Because it's videos that like we don't even take of him, and oftentimes Evan will ask us like, "Hey, is it cool if I take that video of me doing that wheelie from your guys' video and repost?" We're like, "Dude, do you want us to just like actually like make the video so it doesn't have music in the background? He's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. I'll just download it from YouTube. But it's cool to see like his personal videos that he'll just have Slim out there with his iPhone, and Slim, you can hear Slim breathing in the background. And then those are the ones that like go viral too. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. If you are not following Evan, listening to this right now, go follow him. He's growing fast. It's awesome.
Yeah. And well, he's got the skill to back it, so he deserves it.
Yeah, he does. I can't wait for Evan to start doing sponsored posts. Start making money off of his Instagram too.
He'll finally get that Twisted Tea sponsorship.
He deserves it more than anyone I know.
Yeah, damn
Actually.
right.
I mean, they're gonna literally lose tons of profits if Evan has to stop, or if Evan stops buying Twisted Tea.
That's true. He is actually floating them through the
He
Midwest.
is floating
right
them,
now.
yeah.
That's a great point.
All the liquor stores in Cloquet and Duluth are like, damn, why do we have so much Twisted Tea right now? We ordered the same amount as last time. Oh, Evan quit drinking it.
Evan gets it for free now.
You didn't hear? They just send Evan 3 pallets a week.
Almost enough.
Oh, that's funny. Mike, I don't know if we ever touched on this in your hot seat episode, but I had it written down in my notes, so I'm assuming we didn't. If we go back to the days of you being in high school, or even maybe earlier than that, but I never heard of really pre-high school Mike.
Pre-high school Mike.
But it's not middle school Mike because I didn't have a middle school, so you can't say that.
Oh, that's a fantastic name.
Damn, dude.
Middle school Mike, that is kind of funny.
So I didn't know you, but people often say that you were a bully back in high school.
What?
I was.
I cannot picture that. I mean, I guess
I can.
I really can't.
It is funny because I was obviously, but I was in the pyramid of bullies.
For
For
real.
real.
So you were surrounded by
I was, I was also bullied.
It's
like
so funny how he
them.
describes it.
Like you were
It's
also
so funny
bullied.
how he describes it.
Because so it's like, well, I was almost in Ken's grade, but a lot of people in Ken's grade were assholes. They were just like bigger than me and like stronger, and they like anything they said, they're just like, this kid's a punk, like fuck this kid. And I'm just like, damn, I'm glad I'm not in Ken's grade. And then I had my friend group, and I know Ben's got a buddy in his friend group, Jace, who they kind of poke at, and I would like freak out, and then they'd love it. You know, great reaction.
What?
I was that kid.
Seriously?
Yeah. They'd poke me until I like snapped, and then
You'd
they were
actually
like,
snap, like get mad.
not like Ryan snapping. I'm saying, but I'm saying the snaps were like more often. I'm just like, screw you guys. Like, well, like what's your
How
problem?
old were you?
I mean, like 14, 15, right around that age. And anyway, so they did that to me, so then I like channeled my energy and bullied other kids.
He bullied people that were underneath him.
Man.
So it was like Mike was somewhere in the middle. So then like he was getting it from the guys at the top, and then he
Like
was
the food pyramid.
yeah.
That's what you don't want to hear. Yeah, I was like, I guess I was punching down. Not really.
Yeah.
I honestly, if it wasn't even if you differed from what I thought, I'm just like, man, some people are just so weird. And I would point that out. That was my bullying.
Bro, what?
Yeah.
Well, Mike, you have no touch when it comes to like saying something. You are extremely blunt.
Which is funny now because I've obviously
You're
grown out of
extremely
bullying. But
blunt.
yeah, when every once in a while you'll catch me just saying something that is so like out of pocket because it was like, man, I can't believe you just told me that.
It's just outlandish
Yeah.
when you say stuff to people that we aren't that good of friends with.
You're just blunt.
Dude, I think
You
it's
don't
when,
fuck around. Yeah, I mean, I can appreciate that, I guess.
like when Mike, when we were with Side by Side blog and you go, yeah, Kyle, he just doesn't like you guys. And they were just like
that's not what I
they were
said,
just
though.
standing there like leaning up against the truck, and they were just like so caught up guard that Mike said that. And Mike was like, I tried telling him that you guys are pretty good guys.
That's not
But-
how it went. But
Kyle's
yeah,
just
that's
like,
a great
what?
example. That's
Fuck,
definitely
is that
not how
what?
it went. But no, there was. I mean, it's just interesting to see like a slight beef between YouTubers, and I brought it to light when I probably just should have kept my mouth shut.
You should start
Why don't you
a
just tell the
drama
story,
alert
Mike?
channel.
Tell the stories. That way both sides can be explained.
Actually, yeah, I was like, this might be a good opportunity for the
pretty
beef
funny.
to be squashed. But
Publicly, with
I don't
neither
know
of them here.
I don't think that we're the guys to do that. Honestly, I don't
either.
I don't think
But
so.
there's no really beef anyway.
I don't know if it needs to.
Kyle Cullen, if you're listening to this, I love you. Side
I
by
think
side.
he probably
If
is.
you're listening to this, I also love you.
Yeah, they're
I
great
think
guys.
both of
Yeah.
them are.
Get out of here, dude.
Mike, dude,
Out of here, dude.
you getting bullied in high school does explain a lot because I feel like you're calloused to what we do. Like, Ken will shoot you with a paintball gun and you just calmly turn over and go, what?
Did you? Wow.
That's
Oh.
when he's waking up.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I.
But like you just we don't even bother pranking you because your reactions are so monotone.
I don't know if that's from being callous. I think he's just slow.
I think no. I'd agree with Ryan to help my case
I
a
mean,
little
you
bit.
could
but
like jump out and scare him, and he'd be like this.
I think that's
Processing
different
is
though.
just
That's
slow, man.
different though.
Okay, yeah.
Like like I mean, getting scared versus getting bullied, or I wouldn't call it. It's just funny how we all take it. Like if I can get something actually good on Ben, like he doesn't take it very well.
Mike, I
And-
think. Oh, carry on.
I was just like, I know we always say that, but it's true.
Yeah, Ben, you
Which
do
is fine.
not take it
But
well.
there's
I
not
will
very
agree with
many
that.
instances where I can make fun of you, to be honest.
Thanks,
You
Mike.
love
That's why
to
he
dish
doesn't
it.
take it well. He's not used to it.
Thanks, Mike.
Mike, you are a bully in the fact, like, I remember, like, it's in your bluntness, and also, like, you're such a sarcastic little
Sarcastic.
asshole.
Oh, definitely.
But I don't even know if it's, like, called sarcasm at what you do. Like, I'll be like, hey, let's go get this thumbnail, and then you'll be like, you'll just say something like, let's go and get this thumbnail. And, like,
I'll say that after you said,
like repeat people.
after you said, let's go get this thumbnail 13 times.
well, then
I
why
will
aren't you
absolutely
moving?
rip that.
You know, so it's
Because
like, this guy's
I might
sitting here.
because I might be standing right
Let's go,
behind
let's
you,
go
ready
get
to
this
go.
thumbnail. Come on, you guys. Like we got to get this going. We got to try and finish, get what we got, get done. I'm trying to like do some work here, you know. And then you're over. It's not clear. No one's listening. And then it got you. You can go get this thumbnail. like that. Honestly,
So funny.
that is what makes me go harder on you.
Yeah.
Like, that's where the pink eye jokes just really like we go in on then because it's
And
like
I think I am callous to that because I'm already expecting that out of you. I'm expecting that out of you whether or not I pissed you off today or not. So
yeah, fair
there's
enough.
that.
Fair enough.
We all have each other figured out.
Really
we spend
well.
a lot of time together. Like so you said earlier, you're like, I know how to deliver a sentence to Micah versus
Yeah, I know how
Yeah,
to. Yeah,
for sure.
exactly.
because everybody receives it differently.
That's super funny.
With Ken, you got to show up, have like some cinnamon rolls, little 12-pack of beer.
Tap him on the back a little bit.
Hey, buddy, how's it going today? You know, say I got this package that it's going to a friend in Colorado. Do you think you could send it to him? Fine. Just kidding. Ken doesn't do that. He's not listening.
We got to get a camera to just point at Ken. For
Yeah,
the
we
whole
need
podcast.
a Jamie cam.
Yeah.
He's looking at his laptop right now. And he's got headphones on.
Ken cut. I mean, and you guys know this. He solely runs customer service. That's it. It's just Ken. You don't talk to any robots or random people or receptionists or helpers. It's just Ken.
Yeah.
Which is actually really funny to
Yeah.
think about because
Yeah.
the people that are buying the merch are obviously big fans. Like they're like supporting us by doing that. And then if they have any questions or issues, they're talking to Ken.
They get
You
to
know,
directly
Ken-
speak to him.
I was sitting there on the toilet today, and I was thinking about you.
You
Funny
were
enough. Well, in multiple ways.
Oh?
Funny enough.
Multiple.
Well, for one, Ken loves sitting on that toilet. He spends half his day there. But for two, I was thinking about how much time you've been hustling lately with all like the orders coming in with Christmas and Thanksgiving, all that. And he is sitting there, emails. Like yesterday, I was at the shop till 10:30. I'm editing up the thumbnail. We had just posted, everyone hit the road. But Ken was still there, sitting on the couch, emailing. And I was thinking to myself, how long is Ken going to keep doing this until he just literally is like, hey, I'm just going to find a helper? You know, like realistically, it'd be very easy to find a helper for Ken. Yeah, but I'm surprised you don't have him
You need a girl.
more dialed.
You need like a yeah, but you need like
He does a great job, but I'm saying like I'm surprised you don't. You're not a little bit more proactive and like.
Yeah, you're just a right hand woman that like circles around you, and you're like, damn, everything's done. But Ken's got he's probably very particular when it comes to hiring an employee. So
Can you guys imagine if Ken got an assistant?
just Ken though.
Just Ken. Ken hired an assistant, and it came out of his own personal
Oh my
And then
wages.
like, whenever we're like,
He
hey,
would too. He would be the one to do that.
We'll match it, Ken.
we go, hey, we're filming Saturday morning, and like we have to tell his assistant that, and she's like, okay, well, I'll check Ken's schedule and let you know if it's gonna work.
The assistant
we
doesn't
don't
do
even get
anything.
to talk to him anymore. He just leaves all group chats. It's just tell me when you need me.
No. He starts sending the assistant to film with us so that he can keep working.
That'd be the end
Ken
right
is
there.
completely hands off.
That'd be pretty good for him.
Dude, it'd be kind of nice to have an assistant.
It would.
Yeah, but I mean,
Except for the
it
paying
couldn't.
them part. I mean,
Yeah, but other than that, I'm just talking like ease of life.
yeah,
It'd
you
be
should
pretty
get one,
nice.
Ben.
I think I will.
Do
I'm
it.
gonna have her set up her office or like her desk right there, so then you guys check in with her before you come into my office.
He has like a big phone thing and like puts you on speaker and you can literally hear yourself around the corner. Pretty busy.
Hey,
I've got a 2 o'clock appointment with Ben. Ooh, you're not on the schedule.
Sorry.
we can get you in for a 4. You're like, what's he doing for 2 hours?
You hear Paige, hey, Ben, CJ's here to see you. And then you just go, tell him I'm not here. And you hear him.
CJ.
Your cousin.
Oh, right,
Oh.
right. What's he want? No. Yeah. All right. Well, shit. I guess I think we should probably get a couple then.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it today, mainly because I was cleaning up a lot and it seemed like the messes were coming faster than I could clean them up. But a lot happens around here during the week. Like from filming 2 videos to the podcast, from all the merch coming in. We have 7 boxes coming in, it seems like every day. There's so much going on in
It's a
this
happening
shop.
place.
It is a happening place. You know, my dad owned this shop before we moved in here. And it's really funny because I've seen it when it was like he went here once a month to like back out a trailer or something like that. And then now all the stuff, you know, a FedEx truck, a UPS truck, the mail truck, like every day, place is
It's a
popping.
happening place.
Or like how quickly the landscape of the shop changes.
Isn't that weird to think that in 10 years it could potentially just be completely different? Like think about 10 years ago from today.
Oh,
Dude,
bro,
think about
think about
2
a-
years ago.
Yeah, I think about
Yeah.
a year ago. From a year ago from today, I don't even think we had
Basic-
the shipping
we were
containers
just-
painted yet.
Yep, they weren't even read yet.
That is wild.
That is
and now we're
wild.
sitting on top of them,
They were just sitting there and we were driving crazy carts in circles around
Yeah.
them.
denting up the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, you know what I love is how much the shop came together from the state it was when we moved in. Because when we first moved in, I don't know if you guys watched the videos. You can go back to like January of or June of 2020 is when we moved in, and you see the shop, and it's like you almost wouldn't even recognize it because we had like the Pine Bay, which is the far bay, and we had like all of our desk and offices set up over there. The next bay over, it was separated. So right now it's like a massive bay right now, but before it was kind of cut into like a third, and that was all that was heated. So then the rest of it was just cold storage. It barely had like any lights or anything, which is pretty much where we're sitting over now. And dude, we came in, and I'll never forget every single time we give a tour to somebody, they'd be like, wow, it just keeps going. And we're like, yeah, we're going to tear down this wall, and then we want to get shipping containers, and we'll put them here, and then we want to build offices on top of the shipping containers. Then we want to extend this floor out over here and put offices over there. We want a bedroom right there, and everyone would just look at us like this, like
Yeah,
just
dude.
They're so confused.
A majority of
could
people
not
didn't get it.
understand.
Well, it's pretty hard
what
to
we were
like just
saying.
point and be like, yeah, it's right there, and like they
No,
didn't
but even when we
understand.
like broke it down, I would say over half the people were like, I'll have to see it when it happens.
Honestly, I was confused at first too. I didn't think it was gonna be possible to build it like this for some reason. Like I was just like I remember suggesting like the walkway across, but I for some reason thought it was just gonna be like a smaller. I don't know.
Yeah,
It turned out amazing.
it really did.
Amazing.
It would have been cool if we could have done 2 shipping containers on top of each other. So
Yeah.
it'd been like technically 4, and then we would have turned like CJ's office over here, and then my office right behind this wall, and it would have just been a shipping container
That'd have
turned
been
into
terrible,
an office.
dude.
Oh, it would have been finished.
We wouldn't have had a window.
You would have had a window.
We'd have cut into them.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
anyway, well that's originally, but the ceilings were too short, which is good, but that's also why the
We're shortening
that's
it.
why the podcast is.
I guess more so why I say it would be bad is like I feel like it'd be so dark and like cold in there. Granted, you'd have lights, but then you'd talk and it'd be like echoey.
That
you ever
is
been
true.
in my office? It is dark and cold.
Well, yeah,
That's because
mine
you
is
don't
too.
put anything in
But
there.
yeah.
You gotta decorate. It's just your shoes.
Yours is shaped like a shipping container,
Bro,
Ben.
I got
That's
all
literally
kinds
what
of shoes.
I
What do you
told
mean,
Ben.
no
I was like,
It's literally right above a shipping container.
At the-
It's the exact same dimensions
Yeah,
of
it
that
is.
shipping container.
That's true.
Yeah.
I told Ben that he should you should at least just put like your sneakers on the walls. That's all you really need to do.
I don't know.
Right
if
now
I'm
they just
that much of a
line-
sneakerhead.
But
Ben's got a $70 Nikes hanging on the wall. Like someone who actually knows
Yeah.
shoes walks and goes, "Why do you have?"
Oh, I guess.
Those
I was going to
shoes.
say,
But
you
then
are a
if-
huge sneakerhead, I'd say. But
yeah. And that's what I was gonna say. Then you put your $400 sneakers on the wall. I think that's pretty cool. If I were you, I'm not really into that much.
I guess I'll do it. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. I guess
It's
I'll hang
settled.
my $400.
Yeah. So if you
barrel
guys
on the wall.
want to like come swing by, check Ben's office out, you can.
check out my sneaker wall. I got 2 pairs up on the wall. The rest are down there.
These
Yeah,
are my
there's like a
prized
price
possessions.
threshold. So, pretty big move, pretty big step. We got health insurance,
Oh,
company
Oh,
health
yeah.
insurance.
so not exciting, but like very exciting.
Yeah, I think you're at a certain age, probably like 23 and under. Doesn't mean anything. No, I'd probably say 25 because most people are probably on their families or
Insured,
their
yeah.
parents' health insurance. And then when you hit 26, is it? 26 and then you're booted. Or if you
Yeah.
work for a job that has the health insurance included. But I never fully understood that when people are like, yeah, the pay is shit, but I got good benefits.
it's pretty official.
Well,
All
it's
that
just 'cause it's so
it's
expensive, yeah.
it's actually expensive. I didn't know that. I thought health insurance was probably pretty cheap because, well,
It's
I guess actually I really never thought about it
Oh.
until I was like, oh, I should probably get health insurance.
Well, you and I have never had health insurance ever.
I never
Right.
had it ever
Or you
either.
too.
Oh, you didn't either?
And it's so hard hearing people. They're like, "You guys know what you do.
Yeah.
Why don't
I
you
got a
have
funny
health
story
insurance?"
about that.
Yeah, and we've all got a lot, and I'm just like, I don't know. It's not even really an
Well, we
issue
didn't
of
have
money.
enough-
It's
yeah,
like I just
well,
didn't know
before it
enough
was.
about. Yeah, for sure it was. I guess now I'm just like, man, I should just take out a personal plan because like if you, when I broke my
Something
foot, it was like
happened,
30 grand. That's
Yeah.
a lot of money.
You pay that out of pocket?
Mm-mm.
How
That is a
what-
long
what'd you
story,
do?
but the buddies whose ranger I was in was like a work ranger, and he did a claim with his company, his dad's.
Oh, like workman's.
Oh my God.
No, he just did a claim under his business insurance. I'm like, bro, you don't have to do that. Although it's like literally saving my life. So instead of I paid like $3,000
Wow.
out of a $30,000 surgery,
And you got a settlement too.
and I got a settlement, which is just insane. Which I didn't know what that was either. I'm like,
They wanted
you
you
guys
to keep
want
your
to
mouth
yeah,
shut.
yeah,
Come
no.
here on this podcast.
from
slapping
Basically, the settlement was from the insurance company was to, in case I have future complications
Right,
with
right.
my foot. But yeah, it was like they offered like 10,000, and then I was like, that's insane. I get $10,000, and then my dad's like, that's what they're offering. Let's go for 20.
Oh,
And then they like settled at 18. So that paid for my entire 2 years of
Crazy.
school.
what?
that's
It's
right.
crazy. So yeah, me breaking my foot like literally changed my entire life.
You breaking your foot was the best thing that
Ever
actually
happened
ever
to me.
happened to you because of that and because you didn't get into
That's not why, but then I met you guys.
military and
No.
then
Yeah.
and then you didn't go to college.
Helped us too.
Dude, yeah. And then
Yeah.
we became friends through it. Boom.
I got a funny story about health insurance. So my girlfriend's dad finds out like last year that I don't have health insurance for some reason. She mentioned it to him, so I get a call from him. He's a nice guy, but like also he can be very serious at times.
He's a character.
Stern.
Dude.
Yeah, he's a great
Oh, yeah.
guy.
Hilarious.
He calls me up. I'm sitting here and he goes, "Hey, I just heard that you don't have health insurance," and like he gives me this stern talking that
See, some
I
people
need-
are
he goes,
appalled by it.
Yeah, he was just like, you can't be out there doing the stuff you're doing and not have health insurance. Like, I got a great plan. We could probably get you in on my plan. And I was like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't want to be like on your plan and whatever. But like, he was so appalled by it. He was like ready to try and get me on his plan.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, no, don't do that. Don't. I kind of lied. I was like, we're going to get health insurance soon. So don't worry about it.
Well, now it's
Now we
Yeah.
got it. Yeah. I mean, it just took a year, but yeah,
It's
I just didn't want, yeah.
it's kind of funny that I would say Alex's dad, CJ's girlfriend's dad, is similar in just similar to Jake's dad. And Jake's dad, now that you said that, did the same thing to me.
You.
he was like, you dumb fucker. You don't have health
I
insurance.
think that's
And
what
so-
he called me too. He told me I was a dumb fucker. He goes, you'd be a real stupid motherfucker. Or something like that.
You must be a stupid motherfucker. Oh, you didn't know that about me.
I go,
Yeah,
"Oh."
so freaking Dave had me like come. I don't even know. He had me come like mow the lawn once. He was like, "Yeah, now you're on payroll. I can get you insurance."
Oh, no
Damn,
shit.
Super random for like a year.
I was actually on his payroll and I didn't get that.
We didn't
Yeah.
like you.
Yeah, big difference. Yeah.
He didn't even call you by your first name.
Yeah.
The older we get, the more I realize that it's the not fun things that are expensive. Nobody tells
Yeah,
you that
dude.
freaking health insurance is like,
$350 a month.
is like a cool car payment or something like that, like
No shit, you're
all
right.
the
Yeah.
all the
Fuck.
things that
Should we
you
go
would
back to risking it?
I mean, we've made it this far, dude.
Yeah.
We might as well.
But it's even like, when I've started looking into like houses and stuff like that, people are trying to be like, yeah, I'm going to put new windows in. That's going to be $90,000. I'm like, holy
lamest
crap.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the lame stuff that costs
Yeah.
a lot of money.
Like putting a
and
furnace.
put it in a
that is
furnace.
expensive.
But it's the cool stuff. You're like, oh, I really got to save up for this Xbox. It's $1,000. You're like, crap. And then you realize it's like the power to supply the Xbox in your house also costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it seems like the older you get, the more you got to spend money on things you don't like to
Right.
want to.
No, I agree 100%. And it really shows like it's pretty easy to have like a lot of cool shit, but like to have like
But to be
a good
stable,
living, stable
like-
life,
You
it's
know
funny
what's-
how like someone can have a Lamborghini and everyone thinks they're rich. But the guy that lives in like the normal size house and it's probably decorated nice and all that, he has way more money than the other guy because he doesn't have a bunch of debt or whatever,
Yeah, he has furniture in his house.
Yeah,
not a
yeah.
Lamborghini.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude. It's actually crazy to think about. Really, you don't have to, as long as you have your priorities in balance, things are pretty attainable until you get to a certain spot in your life where you have like a family or you have kids. And then you have all these different expenses. You got a little shitbird kid and you got to put him through fucking private school.
My kid's not going to private school.
I was like looking away. I'm like, I know he's looking at Ryan right now.
Yeah. No, but
And he'd probably be sitting there 10, 15 years later on some stupid podcast wearing a green little beanie.
oddly specific.
The one time I wear a hat.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No. You know what I'm saying though is like,
And that it crushes. It's crazy to think. I shouldn't say it in the most depressing way like that, but having a kid curbs a lot of people's dreams or goals or even just small.
Having fun.
Yeah.
Dude, fuck that.
growing up. No.
Yeah.
Growing up
Yeah.
and getting in a position where you have a 9-to-5 job and they cover your health benefits and your dental and vision. And then you make
401k possibly.
401k, your IRAs, all that shit, right?
Well, it's stable. It's like
Stable,
safe
right?
bet.
Yeah. So you have a decent income, right? Say you're making, I guess-
60 grand a year.
Yeah, 60 grand a year, right? But you have all these things covered, making 60 grand a year. And then you have a wife, kids, your kid is growing up. Say maybe your kid has to get a car soon, 16-year-old kid, and you got to do that. And then
He's in sports.
and all these different things, like hockey,
Yeah.
like certain sports are very expensive, right? So then it's all these little things. And then you're like, oh man, I hate my job. I hate my life. I kind of want to quit and like do something that I like. But you're like, fuck.
The commitment
I can't
gets way.
yeah versus
Well, that's why it's better to do it young.
versus
If you can set
like-
yourself young, it's a lot easier, but obviously
versus like a kid that's just like, let's see here,
you can fuck around for a lot longer.
I'm trying to think if I had any expenses when I quit my like summer job to start like full-time YouTubing. I don't
Gas
honestly,
in
No.
a car.
yeah, gas in the car, but I lived at home. I wasn't in college.
And you weren't. I mean, none of us really were. You weren't a big spender.
I wasn't a big spender because I didn't have like any
Couldn't be.
money. I couldn't be. I didn't have any money, so I couldn't
But
be.
I mean, yeah, you. But you
But
never.
also, you would be smarter with it.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to think of that. But like I get it. Like society, like really keeps people in like a box based out of fear.
Yeah. But also, there's factual parts of it.
No,
Yeah,
I
like-
mean, yeah, it's
Like,
tough too.
yeah, of being like, all right, I'm gonna go full time on whatever it is, but you have a family to provide
Right.
for. That sounds terrifying.
Well, Joe Rogan's talked about that. Like, obviously, it's a lot easier and it's better. Like, when you're young, it's like that's the time to take risks and try to like do things that, you know, are riskier. You know, and like kind of follow your dreams. But if you know missed out on that and you're older, he was talking like, you know, it's obviously gonna be tougher for you, but you can still do it too. Mm-hmm. What you'd have to do is, you know, really save up all of your money and then spend all of your time when you're not working that 9-to-5 job. So then you spend 5 to 10 or whatever working on that second thing. And meanwhile, you're saving up all your money, you're calculating your plan. And then once you have the right time and the right plan, that's when you act, and you got to, you know, make sure you execute or just do your best that you can.
Yeah.
You know,
just has to be
take
like
your best shot.
Slightly more, or maybe quite a bit more
Just,
calculated.
Yeah, it's just a lot more calculated and it's a lot more difficult. There's a
feel
lot
like-
more things into it.
I feel like this is one of those things that remember when you were a kid and you really thought you knew stuff. You know,
Mhm.
this can be one of those conversations we can look back on when we're 40 or something like that. And you'll listen to what you said. Not all that was all good, but all of us talking about stuff and go, man, we didn't know shit. Like how much life can educate you in 20 years. Because there's definitely people listening like, what do you mean, you know, this?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guarantee there's
that was
way more kids listening right now that are like, I don't fucking understand a single thing they're saying, because what do you mean? I got like my whole life to figure shit out.
That's
like,
true.
I'm 15, but it's like life comes
Dude,
at you
shit,
fast,
yeah,
man.
shit happens fast.
Shit happens fast.
I saw a thing on Instagram the other day, and it was like a post, and it was when I was in elementary school, I thought like the middle schoolers, they had it all figured out and they were so grown up. Then I got to middle school and I was like, oh man, like the high schoolers are so grown up and figure out, like growing up, I think was more so the thing. And then when I got to college, when I was in high school, I thought the college kids had it all. They were all growing up and had it figured out. And then in college, I thought the adults out in the real world were so growing up and had it figured out. Now I'm an adult in the real world, and like no one has it figured out, you know?
So true.
Or almost no one. And it's really fun to talk to the people who do have it figured out.
Everybody's figuring it out. Even the people that seem or act like they have it figured out, still.
Yeah.
Like, you're still
There's always a
making-
better way, I feel like, to do something.
Yeah, or there's even the most, like, you think freaking Bezos or Elon Musk, they probably have many days where they're like,
They're still
what am I
figuring it
going to
out.
do? Yeah,
Yeah.
They're figuring it out. He may figure out how to get to space, but I mean, he's figuring something out.
It's like that
He's
one
figuring
thing
out, like, his-
you have to say, Ryan, like fucking back when you were, you know, you were building, like working as like a builder for houses or whatever you were doing, construction worker, and you realize like, dude, no one knows what they're doing.
No.
Or like you have to like work with all these, you know, high up people at whatever, and like they don't know what they're doing. You'd think like everything's so official and people are just so dialed in, but most of the time everyone's just kind of winging it.
Yep, everybody is.
Yeah, they're just doing the best they can. So you really can't expect too much from people.
That is the sad truth.
Yeah, it's like contrary to what you would think though, because you'd think like, oh, this person is like, you know, so high up or they have so much going for them. I bet they're just like locked in, but
nope.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, like you think you go and try to get your exhaust welded by someone who welds exhausts all day. You think it'd be good, but turns out it's not. For
Well,
$25.
$25 right there.
That's true.
Why did it not end up being good?
Well,
Doesn't look good, but
It
it's quiet.
looks like a $25 weld.
yeah,
I
that's
could have done it for you for free.
Yeah.
yeah, but that would have been I would have gotten a free weld then. I'm glad I paid my $25
It
for
would
the
still
weld.
have a leak if you welded it.
My truck would be on fire, I think.
Or that. It's probably a good thing. I miss my welding days.
I do
Yeah,
too.
it was a
did have a
short
kick.
stint.
We have
1 week.
Butch still has that welder.
No,
I
he
think about it
doesn't.
every day.
Brought
He
it back.
doesn't?
Gave it to him?
Yeah.
He brought it back?
Yeah.
Well, why didn't we weld Ryan's exhaust then?
I offered.
Because I didn't
Ryan
want my truck
shot
on
me
fire.
down, dude.
I just knew that was one of those things that we shouldn't do. I shouldn't have went to a
Probably a
cheap
good
exhaust
idea.
shop and gotten it welded, but I did. So
Welding's one of those things that it's like, I don't know if most people listening, did you guys weld in high school?
No.
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 Oh. Okay,
I think
well,
a lot of people took shop. Though.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like
there's like wood shop
I
and then
did.
there's obviously like metal shop. And we learned to weld and it's like, you learn just enough that you're like, yeah, I can weld, but you can't. You just know how to use the welder. You don't know how to weld.
Right.
Same for, I mean, anything. Did you guys take sewing class in high school? Like home ec?
Yeah, I think it was a group project, and I think I made the girls do it.
Yeah, I remember at one
Very
point.
sexist of you, Ryan.
Nope, they just were
They
better
offered.
at it. They
It was
offered, and
okay.
they were
It was
better
okay
at it.
back then, Ben.
It was
different time.
it was a different
It's a
time.
different time. It was before you were born.
I remember at one point in home ec, they're like, "All right, we're gonna sew teddy bears." And at this point, I'm like 8th grade, so you're like you think you're older than you are. Kind of, you're like, whatever. I'm in high school at this point. I guess that is the official. No, that's still middle school. Blah blah blah. We make teddy bears, and I remember like sewing this teddy bear. I'm like, what the heck am I doing right now?
What am I
around.
doing?
I'm
Yeah,
way
like-
too much of a man for this.
Yeah, that's how all the guys thought about it.
Mike,
though.
and then the other kids, shut up, Mike.
And then Mike takes it home and sleeps with it.
I'm pretty sure I used like John Deere fabric or some shit.
Of course.
Yeah.
That checks out. That checks out.
Back to like taking risk while you're young. Good example of this. My friend Sam, shout out Sam. Hope you're listening
Yeah.
right now. One of my best friends from high school. He, like one of those kids that you always just know he's like they're gonna be successful. You have no idea what they're gonna do, but you're like you'll figure it out. You're a smart kid, good, like charismatic,
And saying like his dad, and his dad is a hustler too.
Yeah. It just comes from like a
Yeah.
successful, you're like just
Mindset.
well raised, successful mindset. Anyway, so Sam graduated college with I want to say like civil engineer degree, and instead of going into becoming like a civil engineer, him and his dad moved to Missouri and they started a goat farm.
Missouri?
So random.
Yeah, Missouri, and started a goat
Yeah,
farm.
I'm like, where even is
Where
that?
is Missouri?
Yeah.
Not Mississippi.
Right. I don't.
Anyway.
Anyway, Missouri. It's where Missouri is down south.
Okay.
I think. And started a goat farm and like big, dude. Like they took like a big ass risk. Like I want to say like 2,500 goats. Like a lot of fucking goats, dude.
And they butcher them?
They're meat goats.
Okay.
They raise them and then they sell them to be butchered. And
I've never eaten goat.
Well, it's because like goat meat is like extremely popular in
Like India.
one of the foreign ethnicities. I don't want to say it because I probably
Pretty sure
be
it's
wrong.
India.
Might be India. Anyway, it's really big in the
That
United
makes sense.
States too. And goat meat is insanely expensive because it's super hard to get. And nobody was really doing it at a big scale. So they were like, well, if nobody's doing it at a big scale, like, why don't we just take the risk and like go all in and do it?
Wow.
They converted over like turkey barns. So like
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
go in, convert a turkey barn. I don't want to give
Those
all
are
the
huge.
secrets away, but yeah. And now, dude, he's killing it.
And the biggest part, I should say the biggest part is starting a goat farm
Yeah.
and moving to Missouri.
Yeah.
Like, there's like
It's
a
a full
certain
set
move.
oh, I got an opportunity in Florida. Well, everyone's like, sweet. Why would I not go to
Right.
Florida? But I got an opportunity. I don't know. I'm not making fun
Just
of any
there by
states,
yourself,
Yeah.
That'd be tough.
Yeah, you uproot your whole life
but yeah.
at 23 or 4.
Right.
Down there.
But then I guarantee when he's 45
Be happy you did.
and he can
Go anywhere.
go anywhere, he can go out and start 5 more of these goat farms because it's such a massive operation and they're the biggest in the country at the time, or they get bought out by whoever the fuck buys goat farms, I don't know, for a bajillion dollars. Be like, man, I'm sure glad we did that 20 years ago. And instead of being like 60, you're like 40.
Mm-hmm.
True.
That is great. Like, this is that title. Yeah, I'm a goat farmer.
Goat
One
farmer.
of the biggest.
Yeah. Apparently he just like when he gets dressed for work, his girlfriend was telling me this. He would never personally tell me this, but he just wears like cowboy boots, jeans, and like C-boy sweatshirt, and he just has like Velcro gloves. That's all you need.
Really? That's all you need to fuck a goat, huh?
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know.
Jesus.
As long as he doesn't take any videos because he's in the C-boy sweatshirt.
I have to send him a text and be like, hey man, it's bad for the brand.
Gotta take that off.
So anyway, an example.
A very good but abstract example.
Very abstract, very different. Not many people can say that one of their best friends is a goat farmer.
I was reading through the comments on the last video. What's up with people that live in cold temperatures getting so butthurt about how much colder it is where they live? Every time we mention how cold it is, they go, "Pah, -8. It's -40
It's
up
like
here
a
in Ontario.
competition, dude.
Yeah.
That's so
What's
true.
up with
It's-
people being so?
I think it's like partly our like subscribers, dude. Like,
Well, no,
they always want to like one up you.
I just think that's the type of person. It's not just with cold, like it is
Right.
because, and I'm not saying that.
Don't be that guy.
Okay, now I feel bad saying this. When Ken and I went on a cruise once, and
I know.
people are from all over, and someone goes, "Yeah, I'm glad to be here. It's almost freezing back at home." Ken goes, 20 below back at home, so
That's nothing. You can't complain about it.
But that's the thing. I find myself doing it. Someone's like, "Oh yeah, it's so cold here and wherever I'm at," and I'm like, "Really? It's 9 below this morning."
yeah.
And they're like, "Oh wow."
See, I think it's
I
just
don't know
the
why-
thing.
yeah,
Why
why-
there's such a universal conversation?
I know.
Between
I always
just
resort
anyone,
to it too.
dude.
I always resort to it. Like if I have to like make a small conversation or like say hi to someone, and it's kind of like don't have anything to talk about. I'll be like, "Staying warm out there?"
Yeah.
You know, just the classic.
Talk about
such
the
a Minnesotan
roads,
thing.
which is basically talking about the weather in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Small talk in general is one of the worst things because I don't think anybody looks forward to small talk, but nobody like. So I'm thinking about going into Fargo tonight, and going
Just
out to
being
bars.
cordial.
Yeah, it's just being cordial, and I know I will have 40 conversations of, "Yo, bro, how you been? Good, man. How about you? Good." End small talk 2022. How do we do that?
Well,
Just
okay.
don't go up and talk to Ryan.
No, not that. I still want to talk to people,
Right.
but like, why is it that that it seems like small talk is such a pointless conversation? How
Right.
do you like?
Well, you're talking about like people that are acquaintances that
Yeah,
you
like
have
people-
grown up with, or you went to college with, or you know,
Yeah.
just have known throughout.
people you see infrequently, but at least know them. You know?
Yeah.
It seems like every
it's
conversation
always like
starts
just
out.
not knowing enough
Yeah.
to want to say something, because then if you do say something that they're like expected you to know, then it's just awkward. Because
Yeah.
then it's like, I'd imagine with you, when you see a bunch of people that obviously know that you're a YouTuber, but they don't watch, they don't want to like ask and be like, "Yeah, sorry, I don't watch." So instead, they just don't bring it up.
Yep. And then I'm like, "Are you in school?" And they're like, "No, bro, I'm 26. I graduated 3 years ago." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, crap. Do you have a girlfriend?" And they're like, "Yep, married, have a kid." And I'm like, "God, I just don't know."
Yeah.
It's so hard to keep up with people's lives,
Yeah.
even with social media.
And I think small talk will never go away.
No,
the
it
way you
won't,
say that. But
but-
so I watched this thing on HBO Max.
Not if Ryan has anything to do with it.
It's called, he does like, it's John Wilson. Don't know who it is, but he does how to. And the first episode is how to small talk. I thought it was dumb at first, but he genuinely makes you a better small talker at the I don't know. So I'm watching it and he said, you can't ever get too personal because either you'll end up making a friend that you didn't want to make. You end up making like an emotional connection that you didn't want to make. So don't get too personal. Don't ever get too personal when you're small talking if you don't want to be, especially if it's a person you've never met. But it basically just shows you how to small talk, and I never thought about it. He said it's a very important thing to like work together in society at airports and gas stations. Most people would just be like, "Nah, I just don't want to talk to people." But
Interesting.
yeah, it was. You have to watch it.
It's like if more of the world knew that,
Yeah.
then you could
It's-
have
and
more
he-
better conversations.
Yeah, he touched on as soon as you bring emotions or personal stories into it, it's no longer small
Right.
talk.
I feel like whenever I do that, like I try not to, but if that happens, I always leave the conversation like, "God damn it, why did I fucking say that? Like, why did I say that?"
It's the worst feeling,
You
too.
know?
You're
It's
just like,
like,
why do I speak?
Yeah,
Why do I
need to
speak?
stop? I'm just-
Yeah. Luckily, small talk with our subs doesn't feel like small talk because if they
Right.
are outgoing about it,
I like it when-
they'll
Oh,
ask you
that's-
all
that's
kinds of
never,
questions.
That's always
Yeah.
cool.
I
Yeah.
love it
It's
when
much easier to have a
You're
conversation
right. With a sub, it's
yeah.
way
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah.
Because like they have like
All kinds of
questions
things.
normally, and like it's easy to answer. Like and like I'm interested in asking them questions.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to hear like where they're from
Yeah.
or what they do.
Dude, on a note from that, just like thinking about, I noticed this when I was watching the Britney Spears documentary, but paparazzi doesn't exist anymore like it did. It's insane.
Dude, that shit
The
was
way they would
illegal. The way they were
follow-
doing
yeah.
it.
Just like
Yeah, they're like chasing her. She's like speeding off around cars,
like trying almost
and
hitting them.
they're
with-
driving on like it was nuts, dude. Someone was gonna get hurt.
right.
Well,
It's like
that's
you,
how Princess Diana died.
That's
Really?
so
Yeah,
fucked
she was
up.
getting chased by paparazzi, and her car
Dude,
hit a.
Allegedly.
yeah.
Go-
No,
I
but
think there's a conspiracy,
that
but that
doesn't-
is what happened.
but it doesn't happen
crazy
anymore
that
like
she's
that.
not
Thank
dead.
That's
goodness.
good, dude.
No.
Go watch the Britney Spears documentary if you haven't, and you will literally be like, what the fuck? How was that happening? How did the cops not come and do something? They weren't even treating her like she was human, dude. It was fucked up. Like I'm not really a Britney Spears fan, but I found it really interesting. And it's a really good show. It's on Netflix. I think they have another one on Hulu too.
Really?
There's a different one.
And then you wonder why she turned out crazy, or however you want to talk about that. And that's just her. There's so many.
You know how they talk about like free Britney, get her out of her conservatorship? Yeah, I think there was a reason that she was probably in that, because I think she's actually a little bit crazy.
No, I think that was
like to a degree why she first originally got put into it.
Yeah, you got to watch it. But
I think
it. I think the conservatorship was like taking it too far.
No. It was but 100% totally taking away like her, like violating her rights of being a human. Yes. But also, when you have like the world at your fingertips now with social media and all these things, it's like, keep an eye on people like that. Make sure that they're not acting up.
And that's what's cool. You kind of can do that. Like before, when you found out that I literally found out Britney Spears shaved her head from a People magazine at the grocery store.
Same, dude.
Or whatever.
I remember I was so little.
Like, whoa.
I was very small. And I would always look at those because they just have the most outlandish headlines. Yeah. And I remember there was this super overweight couple that were kind of redneck behind me in line. And I'm like looking at it, and then they're looking at it, and they go, the wife goes, she's like laying on the car, she goes, "Yep, she's gone crazy." and then the husband just goes, shakes his head.
Wow.
And then I remember you see all that, but this, before phones and stuff, you kind of just believe it. Well, they're going to print it in a magazine.
Yeah.
That was at a certain age, but
I think the equivalent to like People magazine or TMZ clickbait headline on magazines now is Snapchat articles.
Dude, Snapchat articles is the worst.
Absolutely out of pocket. They are insane, the things that they will clickbait in, and I
have a good folder.
I've been keeping track of them
because they're outlandish,
astronomical.
The most ridiculous things that don't even make any sense. Like I think one of them was, is Millie Bobby Brown a robot? What the fuck does that even mean?
That's one of the more normal ones. I feel like that.
Let me
mention lately.
Here.
Yeah, I always get baited. I don't.
How did Tom Hanks raise such an idiot? Jamie Lynn Spears keeps running over her cats.
Yeah, that one was super funny.
Is Millie Bobby Brown a robot or a human? And Satan just wanted her number. This is like just a few of them.
Dude, Justin sent some really, really funny ones.
Yeah, he did send a funny one.
Let me pull.
And then you I feel like stupid when I do click on them.
Yeah, it's always a waste because you got to click through it. You get hit with a couple ads. They're making a couple bucks off that. And then it's just one slide.
The content you went there to look at is shit.
I hopefully there's probably people listening to this right now like, you guys do that to me.
You clickbaited the last podcast.
No, we didn't. We are going to move to
That's
Florida.
true. That's true.
Yeah. No, it's the argument of what is clickbait is loose, relatively loose.
God damn, you had to bring up another meme.
Sorry.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, you
just arrow forward him right
Ben
there.
just shows me a picture of Street Speed, and I just lost all my thoughts.
So lately, I've been saying that Ben looks like Street Speed 717.
I don't see the resemblance.
It's because you
at all.
Well, when you're taking a thumbnail pic with your arms up like him, wearing the fucking aviator sunglasses, you look like Street Speed, dude.
They're not aviators.
I don't know. You can't even look like him right now.
I don't look like him at all.
You wouldn't catch any of us dead in aviators for real, though.
From now on, refer to Ben as Street Speed Jr.
Jeez. Come on.
The madder you get, the more you look like him.
I'm not mad. I'm just not agreeing. I just don't see the resemblance.
I wouldn't want to see it either.
Yeah, I'm pretty mad.
I mean, he's not like an ugly guy or nothing. It's just like,
It could probably be worse.
Street Speed.
Just don't let us get any clips of you. If you're talking to a GoPro in your hand, bad news. Then you're really gonna look like him. That's the only other factor. I mean, you had the Corvette, you had the aviators.
Okay, valid point. Hey, I think he's a great YouTuber, so I guess that's
what's funny. I was like, he is a great
killing it,
YouTuber, so like,
Yeah.
it's not an insult.
it's just the aviators.
But also, funny thing is like, it's not just him that does this. We've done
Everybody.
that. It's so we call
I don't
this.
think he
meme
even
it.
does that.
Dude, we,
yeah.
No,
we
he doesn't.
meme it
He
now.
doesn't do
We're
that.
like,
Braden Price
don't-
fucking does
Don't
that.
do this. Don't like. We're like, no more of that. Don't even like. If I'm taking a thumbnail and Ben puts his arms, I'm like, just put your arms.
So
down.
now,
Put your
so
fucking
now we
arms
do.
down.
I have a
Ken
pic-
did it the other day with the Bronco.
That-
I go, Ken, put your fucking arms down.
We'll pop that picture up. I'm like, nah, we got to get a few with your arms up, and
Bruh, the most
for a
YouTuber pose.
it is.
I think that pose is so used and like clickbaited that it almost like hurts your views. Like if I was a person, I see someone I haven't watched before and they're doing this in the thumbnail, I'd be like, yep, it's a scam.
This is gonna be bullshit.
Don't click it. Yeah, this is bullshit.
We're turning into those like grandfather YouTubers that we're just getting mad now. Like little things
Certain
like that
trend.
just trigger us. Like, come on, why?
I think just the simple thumbs up or just stand next to it and smile
Hit them with the old.
just so they know it's you. And
That's a
Yeah.
tough thing is that in thumbnails you can't always see like the eyes and the facial expression because that tells a lot about it. You know, like I'm super excited to show you my new whatever, and like if you can see the excitement in your eyes.
That's why
Okay, that's
Mr.
okay.
Beast thumbnails are so good. Is because his facial
Yeah.
expression. It's almost like animated in his like new thumbnails.
Yeah,
I haven't quite figured that out.
but you can.
I'm not sure if
see
it is animated, but it looks a little animated. Does it not? It looks almost fake. It's like a fake Mr. Beast
almost
face.
cartoonish. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But it's very up close and personal.
He's got to be the most uptight about thumbnail. I mean, you guys have watched like the videos where he explains why and what he does, and like he changes a thumbnail 3 times, or he has like 3 backup thumbnails
Yeah.
just in case the video's not doing quite as well as he was hoping.
I'm surprised that he hasn't gone back and like fixed old thumbnails too.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if he did that. Mr. Beast is hands down the best YouTuber, the smartest
most
YouTuber.
invested in what he's doing.
He makes or he pulls 400 million views on his Mr. Beast channel, and then like another 200 million on his like Espanol, and
month.
he's got like
A
a
month?
Russia channel. Yeah, a
Mhm.
month. Then he's got Mr. Beast Reacts, and then he's got Mr.
Gaming.
Beast Gaming.
he pulls
So
like 1 billion
right
views
around like
total.
a billion views.
It's
which,
like world
a month.
influence,
which
What?
yeah.
which
Yeah.
is cool. He doesn't really try to influence.
Dude,
You
you
know,
know how much
like-
money that is?
I think that's
That
probably
is-
like 10 million a month.
I think it's more.
Probably more on his CPM, but an absolutely ridiculous amount. And people are like, "How does he afford giving away $458,000 to one person, or like spending that much on a video?" And it's like, well, dude, he's making so much fucking money,
Yeah,
like so much money. He's making like
it's all scalable. You know, if you make this much money, you can like Steve. He makes a shitload of money, and
It's
he
$14 million.
a month.
If
Wow.
you
Give or
him
take,
a $14 CPM, which is probably low for him.
that's
Wow.
A month.
crazy.
Just off of views.
Because he's like one of YouTube's favorite creators. Like he's like YouTube's son right now.
He's very clean.
Yeah,
Very clean. Doesn't have any
Totally family
scandals
friendly.
or anything like that. Family friendly. Doesn't swear, and he's got very entertaining videos. Honestly, he's a pillar in whatever YouTuber aspires to be that wants to scale their videos and get billions of views.
Yeah.
and I also love that his crew. Or this is back. You know, let's say 2 years ago. His crew is. And I'll say this about us: we're not anything special, but like his crew is nothing special. But
Right.
he grew them
They're normal
into
guys,
be
yeah.
personalities.
Right.
Because at first I was like, man, these are just his buddies.
Yep.
They don't know anything about anything, and now they all have their own channels. I
Right.
don't know, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I should say being a YouTuber that big and having monetization still, because you can be that big and not have monetization.
What do you mean? No, you
Not
can't
quite
be
that
Mr.
big.
Beast big.
No,
Right.
but like David Dobrik has like 6 billion views.
yeah.
But he has like no monetization, and his videos aren't like family friendly. But Mr. Beast is raking in the dough off of all those views.
I feel like there's quite a bit of like Mr. Beast is the definition of a YouTuber. He's like
Yeah.
like Eric, definition of a YouTuber.
Yep.
Yeah,
Ryan Trahan, definition of a YouTuber.
Yep.
Like they do videos that are strictly just like a video, like a YouTube video.
Mhm.
Like they're not filming themselves like out just like fucking around or you know they would never do any of the stuff we do because like it's just not it doesn't have the potential to do 30 million views.
Yeah. it just
Like they're
doesn't-
only interested in ideas that are gonna do that.
Mhm.
So
Why?
like they go out and
Idea-based-
do
idea-based
love-
creator versus like a relationship with the audience. Like between the creator and having like a personal.
Yeah, you really
personal
don't know their
relation.
personality in it. Like it's almost just their videos is just them almost like narrating
Yeah, what's
going on.
And if they do it for long enough, you start to get to know it. But yeah, you're
Yeah, but
totally
you still
right.
never really do.
But Mark Rober just watched like his latest glitter bomb video. So funny, dude. He's
like,
I don't know. He just
That's like the definition of
definition
like a YouTube
puts
video,
out
YouTube
one video a month, but that
it's a
video
glitter
gets
bomb video.
20 million views.
Yep.
Imagine
Yeah.
if we dropped a glitter bomb video. How confused people would be.
What could we glitter bomb?
Yeah, well, and that's the other thing.
Glitter
Glitter
bombing
bomb our
Ryan's
SEMA truck.
TRX. You of course you wanted to glitter bomb the SEMA truck.
I mean, the SEMA truck over my truck, yeah.
It would just be
Wait, hold up. Inside of it? Why?
Yeah,
Why would
I
we
don't
ever
know.
do that?
The funny
don't
thing is
know.
the glitter bomb is more. It has a car. His new one had a car horn in it. It has fart spray. It has like 4 phones that record the whole thing and has a tracking device on it. It's,
Oh, wow.
it's silly.
what?
Yeah, he's on 4.0. So
I'm
But the
confused
crazy-
as to what we're even talking about. To
Me
be honest.
too.
okay, it's just a thing because he gets his packages stolen from Amazon. He's like, I know I'm going above and beyond, but like if you're gonna steal my shit,
Oh, so
Yes.
it blows up?
yes.
No
and
shit,
my
that'd be
fa- My
sick.
favorite thing about him. So this is similar to
Like a
prank
modern day
YouTuber.
Unabomber.
This is
Whoa.
For good.
Whoa.
He's doing it for good.
He's like for good.
But it's when you're like when you go out to do a prank and you load up like 3 good reactions, everyone's happy. They got 3, and some people load up like 10 good reactions. Sometimes it can get old. But anyway, he gets like, I'm not joking, 10 people to steal his package. He made a whole bunch of these.
Where the fuck's this guy live?
California.
Yeah, California. So they and then he literally puts it out. He's like, yep, in about 3 hours, someone stole my package. I'm like, how the hell?
California
He's like deer
sucks.
hunting. He's like sitting there by the window.
Yeah, like
That'd be pretty fun, dude. Have you ever seen? This is kind of the same play. People would do it during like political season. You know, when like the elections are coming up. I saw this one guy. He had like a Trump sign
Booby
in
traps.
his yard, and people kept stealing it or whatever, and like taking it out, or whatever. So he like booby trapped the sign, and like on one of them, he put like a tripwire, and he like filmed it. It was the funniest fucking shit. And then on one of them, he like had a charge going to it, so it was an electrical current, and like the people fucking go to grab it, and it like scares the shit out of them. And then he had one.
So you
This
catch a
one
quick
was
lawsuit.
fucking savage.
No, he's defending his property.
It's on his land. dude.
yeah.
That's true.
What are they doing?
Can
Running
you
up
booby
trying to
trap
steal?
land?
It's his. It's not really booby trapped. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
grabbing
but
his
keep
sign?
in mind somebody that's gonna try and steal a Trump sign.
They're probably
is the
real
same
quick to try
person
and sue. Maybe not all.
I
but-
shouldn't say that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but most.
Well,
of them. Then on this last one, this one was savage. He put fucking razor blades down the bottom.
Oh
so
my
they fucking
gosh.
grabbed- Yeah, but it was so
Yeah.
funny because he cuts his hand and the guy goes back and grabs gloves out of his car and then takes it. Like what a fucking.
Wow.
They really were.
determined.
They were out there fucking working for their party.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw it on Facebook. It was one of those Facebook videos, but it was entertaining. It honestly looked really fun. I'd like to do that. Just
Steal
sit-
signs?
No. Sit in the house and watch people
Oh.
try to steal my sign.
And that's the funny thing. Could we do that around here? Absolutely
No.
not.
Yeah, no one's stealing our
No,
signs.
well, no one's.
They'd all just be like, yeah.
Well, I'm saying just in general, no one's stealing anything. You could let an
Yeah.
Amazon. We could go put an Amazon package
We could.
that says PS5 next to the road, and no one would steal
See?
it.
Another.
they would
Great thing
stop,
about
come
living around
inside.
here.
Hey,
Hey, your package.
your
is
package is outside there, so I picked it up and I brought it here. Here it is.
Like, you could
Exactly
go
what happened.
into
Minnesotan
the
stealing.
store, leave your keys in it.
Yeah. Leave the car running.
You could leave the car. You don't have to worry about nothing around here. It's the best.
Yeah, I got
Jace-
carjacked once.
Yeah,
but-
my friend Jace did that same thing. He went to the gas station.
What was
No,
he in
went-
Detroit Lakes?
He went to
though?
the
Yeah,
grocery
Detroit
store.
Lakes.
Wait,
That's
what?
different. That's a town.
Jace got
I'm talking about
carjacked?
Cormorant.
Yeah.
Well, of
Went
course
to-
he did.
Yeah,
dude.
of
That
course he
fucking
did.
guy.
Went to the grocery store and came out and his car was gone.
I would have loved to see his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shouldn't say I didn't get carjacked. I didn't get my car. I got everything in it stolen because I left the keys. I left it open. Everything, bro.
Yeah,
They took
I remember that.
everything.
That was in Holly though.
That was in DL.
Yeah, well, DL again. See, town. I'm talking about.
That's what
Cormorant.
like.
I got my car egged on that same street.
In
so
DL.
maybe it's that same
DL.
street.
Wait, it wasn't on that. It wasn't on that. I don't know where we are. Where it was the first party I'd ever been to, and at the time I was like,
Boozing it up?
Shouldn't. No, I was like, shouldn't be here. I'm just giving my friends a ride. I shouldn't be here. I'm like, everyone's smoking weed and drinking. I'm like, I should not be here. And then all the shit out of my car gets stolen. And I'm like, that's what happens when you go to parties.
They punked your ass,
Yeah.
dude.
Did you know who it was?
The worst
too?
part is I found out who it was later on.
Who was it?
I don't know his name, but like it was a acquaintance of whatever, and I found out who it was, and I was so like upset because I met him before. And I was
So
like,
he
what the
just
fuck,
did he
man?
know it was yours?
I don't think so.
Oh,
to
he
be
just-
honest, I don't think he knew it was
What did
mine.
he steal out of there?
Everything, my
Like,
like
what was in there?
iPod,
Everything.
skateboard. I mean, yeah, I used to have all my fun shit in my car, but skateboard, longboard, golf club, sub, amp, deck, iPod,
fucking had a while, dude.
camera.
Cleaned up.
Yeah,
He's like, you should have never got a replacement set of golf clubs.
That should have been the sign, dude, to quit right then and there.
the set of golf clubs I have now is the replacement to that
You
too.
should have never.
He doesn't have much clubs left.
I read this tweet the other day. Yeah, true. I read this tweet the other day that made me laugh. This does not apply to me, but it was like either you're a guy that has a massive cock or you're good at golf. You
And I
can't do
bet that
both.
made you feel good.
I was like, nice.
You should have retweeted it.
It was funny. No, it was one of those screenshot the tweet, put it on Instagram sort of vibe. Nobody uses Twitter anymore.
Nobody
You should
uses
what you
Twitter.
should have done was screenshot it. Well, you still can. Screenshot the tweet, put it on your Instagram story,
And
and
then-
then I'll give you one of my Snapchat videos of you golfing,
Just hacking it.
hitting the fucking ground, and just follow that up with that.
That would actually be pretty funny. I love how when I said that, Ben goes, fuck. Ben is good at golf. There, I said it.
Yeah, now you're not good, huh?
Yeah.
You're so humble. I don't like this topic.
I was gonna say, Mike's got a slump.
Whoa. See, dude, that's what I'm saying. His jokes just don't hit like they used to with Mike and certain jokes, obviously.
Why don't you guys just talk it out?
I'm not talk out.
Because then we make a joke, and then Mike doesn't think it's funny because the joke's about Micah. And before, it was like me, CJ, and Ryan, and Ken, if he was
Crack
listening,
up.
would laugh, and we'd all be like, ha, 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 ha. And now it's just me and CJ, like, kind of like chuckling, but now feeling bad about it because Ryan's just like,
I'm not that bad about it.
Yeah. And that's why you have to keep, realistically, you have to keep the boy talk pretty universal.
huh?
You can't get personal with it. Otherwise, it gets
Yeah.
weird.
I agree.
It
now.
has to be universal.
What do you mean?
What?
Like we can't crack the joke about you being a golfer?
I'm not a golfer.
Or I mean, a dude with a dude. He goes, "I'm not a golfer." You guys heard what I said about that tweet.
No, but for the record, that's why I prefaced it at the beginning. I said, this doesn't apply to me, but I thought it was funny. I said that.
It's like saying no offense before you say something offensive.
Dude, he looked at Ryan as he said,
I'm not a golfer.
I'm not a golfer.
Fuck me, dude.
Be careful, Ryan. I might.
Jesus.
whoa.
I do have a left field topic to change to if you guys like.
Sure.
I kind of wanted. I wanted to get more into this.
I
But
kinda
There's
liked where
nothing
this
to
was
get
going.
into. There's nothing to get into.
all right. You're not gonna kill him. Okay.
I was watching another podcast and they brought this up and I never heard of this animal. It's an animal. And I don't know how I've never heard of it. You'd think you'd see it on Instagram and someone goes, holy shit, I can't believe this animal exists. Ken, you have to pull this up. It's called a flying fox bat or an old world fruit bat, right? So you guys have seen flying squirrels.
I always wanted one.
You've seen bats. Bats are kind of creepy and gross. There is a fox with wings that looks like a bat, and it's massive. It is literally like the wingspan.
Fox with wings.
It's a fox with wings, and it looks like a bat, but it's like this big, and the wingspan is like 6 feet long.
Where does it live?
Like
What
the
the-
Philippines. And I'd never
How
seen
big
one
is
before.
it?
I was like,
have a dog?
right? This is a real animal.
Wait, look at the one where it's flying over the trees.
Yeah, can we get a
It's actually
wingspan?
pretty cool, dude.
So
Holy
I just,
shit.
There you go, right
I
there.
had saw it and I wanted to bring it up. Like this is a dinosaur looking thing.
Dude, it looks like a dog. It's like a chihuahua
Yeah, it's like a.
with some bat wings, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That is literally what it is.
I think it's like probably similar size to a chihuahua or a fox, obviously. So yeah, it looks like a bat, and they hang upside down.
How many are there? Is it
There's
like a pretty...
not many.
Really?
Yeah,
I would
I
like
don't
to-
think it's like becoming extinct, but yeah, they're in the Philippines, and apparently they're not actually mean animals. You know,
Can they
Thank
fly?
God. That'd
They
be
can fly.
Can
I
they
would not
coast
like
like a
that.
sugar
Just
glider?
coast. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, but
Yep.
they can't like take off.
Not
and, like,
really.
fly
Yeah.
away.
But anyway, I was like, can you believe that these like exist? I don't know. Flying
Crazy.
squirrels are cute, but bats are not. And when you mix a bat and a fox together, it's pretty gross.
Funny story about bats. My mom calls me because she knew I was in Fargo, and she's screaming bloody murder. I'm like, oh my gosh, like what happened? She goes, CJ, there's like a bat or something in
all right.
the water case. So she bought this water case and at the grocery store. I don't know if the bat was already in the water case or if it somehow crawled into it.
A case of bottled water.
Yeah, it was unopened. And it was in the garage, and she opened it up and went to grab water, and there was a fucking bat sitting in between, like in the middle, and it was looking right up at her. And she, of
me.
course, freaked out. Freaked out. She does not like that kind of stuff, and calls me, of course. But anyways, she's like, I'm going to try and, like, push it out. So anyway, she managed to, like, push the case of water out into the driveway. It was really fucking cold that day.
Screaming the entire
Yeah.
time while she's doing
I'm sure
it
she's
too.
like, oh my gosh. Took like a broom. So anyways,
Neighbors are watching.
I come home, or
She must be
I
really
go over
scared
to
of
their
water.
house,
Yeah.
And so I drive over to their house after we're done eating, and I see this case of water out there. She's got a blanket over it. She threw a blanket. I don't know why.
Keep it warm.
Keep
I
it
don't
warm.
know if she was trying to keep it warm or like make sure it didn't escape. I don't know what she was trying to do. You'd think you'd want to. Anyways, so I get out there and I pull the thing off, and it's still in there. There was a bat sitting there, and it was looking up at me, and I was like, oh, and like, you know, just left the thing off, and I was thinking it would leave or just be frozen in between all these waters.
'Cause
Like,
they don't
it
like
seems like a
cold.
terrible spot for. I don't know if it was. I don't know how it would have crawled in there either.
That
because
bat
the
must
water
have-
was so fucking tight.
The
How
bat
would you
must
squeeze
have
in?
came from your house. For the record, they don't like cold. I don't know.
Unless it was in the water
Already
prior.
Ugh.
At the grocery store, though.
Well, it comes from somewhere else before it gets to the grocery store.
I'm just picturing. Yeah, can you imagine buying a case of water with a bat in it?
Dude,
Comes with the
fucking
included
crazy.
bat.
Dude, I'm just telling you. I'm looking at where it was. It was like in the middle of the case.
But like
Odd.
things can
That's
like
weird.
they
Yeah,
can
they can squeeze through
through
little
because it would
tiny
have had
holes.
to. It wouldn't.
But-
it didn't get packaged up in there. But still,
It's a weird
regardless.
spot. Like, how the fuck does why would it go down and like, you know, I don't know where. Man, either way, maybe their house has bats.
Dude, bats are
Weird.
They're weird.
They're kind of gross.
Whenever I
Mike used to have a couple bats.
in the walls, yeah.
Back in his
At the
T-ball
Fargo-
years.
The
Just
Fargo
kidding.
house. I actually, that was something I had to get used to. Was
They'd be
like
crawling
animals
around the-
crawling in the walls.
Yeah, that shit was bad.
Yeah.
that was
I thought it was squirrels.
You know, I think it was squirrels for the record, but could have been a bat.
You would hear
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and
dude.
then you'd, like pitter patter through the walls. It's something I had genuinely had to get used to. Otherwise,
Mm-hmm.
at
yeah,
first
that
I was like,
disturbing.
I hate this.
Yeah.
Bats, whenever you see them in a house, like I remember being in my grandparents' house and you like, it flew past me. And I was like, there's such a little black shadow animal that it seems like you're seeing some sort of,
It's basically just a rat with wings.
but I'm like, am I seeing
Mouse with
things?
wings. They're gross, huh?
Is this some sort of weird dark omen thing?
What you need
trying
to
to fly
get
at me?
to fix a bat problem is a tennis racket.
Mm.
Really? Play tennis with them?
I'm already
Fucking
already
knock that
picturing
thing out of the
CJ
air.
just
They hate tennis.
Dude, it's pretty aggressive. Thinking about smacking it with or barn swallows. You ever had barn swallows?
never actually hit one with a tennis rack. Tried.
Mm,
They're fast, dude.
No, you can. If barn swallows will attack you, and I've been attacked by barn swallows many a times.
They swoop at you.
What
they
other
never
life have you
they
lived?
never land and they
well,
swoop
they
at
used
you.
to always
Yeah, they
Oh,
put
up
nests up underneath my parents' boat lift growing up.
yep.
So you'd go into the boat,
And
and
they're
then they'd
mean.
be in there, and they'd get mad because they laid eggs, and they would be flying around. They'd soar, and I'm not kidding you. I've had it happen multiple times where it'd come back and fucking touch your hair. Like it
Oh.
came back and literally like tried I don't know what the fuck it was trying to do, but it like yeah. But if you get a tennis racket, I mean you can kind of figure out the rest. A baseball bat, that's pretty tough. Or a BB gun or airsoft, and there's no way.
Yeah, I tried doing it with a
You
BB
get
gun
a
once.
shotgun, but I
Mhm.
mean your neighbors
Just shot out my window.
Yeah. You get a tennis racket.
Did you guys see the story with Jackson Mahomes, the TikToker, the brother of Patrick Mahomes, the one
Yeah.
of the best NFL quarterbacks right now?
Yeah.
Is he actually one of the best?
I mean, he won
I'd
the
say
Super
so.
Bowl like 2 years ago.
Okay.
I'd say he's number one or two. He's like the next Tom Brady.
Okay.
But no, I didn't. So fill me
Okay,
in.
so his brother looks very similar to him, and he makes like TikToks, and he's like a pretty popular TikToker. And I think I'd assume that he's really only popular on TikTok because he is his brother, and like he's always posting shit with him and like game day shit. And his wife too is like besties with him, and like they're just like really aggressive on social media. It's kind of weird because like they're always just like, you just would have to go and look, but they're very aggressive and like weird. Always like they're always like fucking flaunting that they're like on the field with him, and like it's really strange. You'd think they would be like maybe
more respectful.
Yeah. But anyways, you want to tell a story? Or you want me to?
Yeah, you tell. You probably know better.
Well, anyways, so I guess like Jackson Mahomes like tried going to this small bar. So he's got a bunch of Instagram followers now because he's whoever. Jackson Mahomes went to this like small bar with his crew or something, and there was like no spots because it was a small bar, and he had like a bunch of people that needed to be seated. They didn't have room for him. And he goes on his Instagram and starts like talking shit about the establishment, right? He's got this big platform, and then basically like the little bar like clapped back on social media, and he is getting fucked. Like they just,
because they didn't do anything wrong.
They didn't. They were like, hey, like I'm sorry that our bar is so small and we weren't able to seat your large crew of 6 that night. We're also sorry about how you have a platform and use it.
A bunch of savage stuff.
Yeah, like you have a platform that you don't deserve and use it for harming a small business like ours. I don't know. You'd have to go read it, but
yeah, they were like, we're sorry that we weren't born into a famous family and can't like get everything handed to us.
Yeah.
It was pretty out there. They were harsh.
Damn.
But he I think it's generally observed by the internet that he deserves it.
Yeah,
that guy is a freaking.
And
he's
that just
annoying.
Goes to show.
I think probably most of the internet hates him. Or
I think a lot of
because,
people do.
I guess just for me, every single time I see or hear anything about him, it's people just talking shit about him. How much he's a
he just
annoying,
thinks he's like a hot shot, but he's only there because of his brother.
Like dancing on other teams' logos and shit.
Yeah, what the fuck's he doing?
Yeah,
dude?
I don't
You
know.
think
like
Jackson
things like
or
that.
you think Patrick Mahomes, like his brother, would be like,
yo,
hey,
I'm pretty good at this football
you should
thing.
probably tone it down because now like
Yeah.
I have to deal with this. I'm the fucking quarterback of this team. Like,
yeah, dude.
I'm actually good.
the coach would probably be mad. He'd be like, yo, you need to tell your brother to knock it off. Like,
I mean, the thing about that too is they share the same last name, and people are out here buying Mahomes jerseys and supporting him and like repping him, and then you got the little brother over here like shitting on local businesses in the hometown. It was in Kansas City, right?
Wow.
So like a local establishment, and he's over here shitting on him on Instagram. It's just like it's the things that I'm surprised are happening, because it's like, dude, the older brother could just be like, yo, stop. Like I am successful and you are now making me look bad. Yeah. Like
it goes to show that a lot of people that think they are famous act a lot more like assholes than the people that actually are.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
yeah.
There's like I see it on TikTok too, and it's like guy who like is kind of rich, and they're in the scenario is always a snooty asshole. And then it'll be like guy who's actually rich, and he's always like, oh, my Mercedes won't be done. That's okay. I'll just, deal with it. And it seems like that. Like people that are right on like the cusp of something are always the biggest assholes, it seems like.
It's like they got something to prove.
I guess I can't say always because
that's but they got something to prove. That's why.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Weird entitlement.
Yeah, a weird entitlement thing. And maybe that's
humbleness goes a long way.
a lot way.
A lot way. It is interesting now. I mean, we talked about this on the last podcast. The internet keeps you in check.
Typically,
like people on the internet keep you in check.
Typically, ego is like not good. You do not want to have an ego in any way. It's only like really negative. And I mean, everyone has an ego, whether it's this big or this big, But having as little of an ego as you can is gonna do you better than having a big one.
Definitely.
You know who doesn't have an ego at all, and he's like absolutely one of the biggest stars right now? Tom Holland. I don't know if you guys are into Spider-Man. I heard Ben.
I'm
Ben
going
said
to
he's gonna
Spider-Man after this.
Go see it with Greta tonight.
Yeah,
but
that'll be sick.
Tom Holland I didn't know he was Australian either. He's got like a
It's like
what-
British.
or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I might,
Yeah.
whatever. But I saw this video of him, and like everyone just loves him because he's very lovable. And he's got this video where he's just like, "Who's your celebrity crush?" And then he's just like, "Zendaya." And then it shows that he's dating Zendaya. And then
Oh,
it
he's
goes,
dating Zendaya?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Which is awesome, dude. Zendaya is a lot of people's celebrity crush, and so being able to actually pull that off is pretty crazy.
Pretty impressive.
Then, super young video of him. It goes, "What kind of like superhero would you want to play in a movie if you ever did?" He goes, I think I'd like to play Spider-Man, maybe 10 years. And then he's playing like he's crushing Spider-Man. And then they're like, "What's a famous actor that you'd love to work with?" He's like, "Jake Gyllenhaal."
Yeah.
And then he's, he did that whole movie with him. So it's like, how can you hate on that? Like, he's just so nice and so humble and crushing it.
Damn. Manifested that shit.
Yeah.
True.
That's crazy, actually.
Yeah.
That's
like,
crazy.
to
How
have
long
all of
ago
that-
wait, when did he say that? Like he was young?
The Spider-Man one, he looked pretty young. But it's like he's still young now. He's like 23. I don't know.
Wow.
Let's say in
Holy
like
shit.
the last like
I didn't know he was that young.
6 years or something like that. I mean,
Wow.
old TV
Yeah.
interviews.
That's insane,
But
actually.
so that just going to like watching his movies, how the heck do Australian and British people do such good American
Yeah,
accents?
I know.
Dude,
I know it
that's-
works vice versa
That's
too.
so
but
impressive.
I don't get it. It doesn't work in my brain.
You guys watch Yellowstone? The show Yellowstone?
Haven't yet, but
Fantastic show. Anyone here watch Yellowstone?
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Just our side has.
All right, okay. You know Beth is British?
what? And she probably does a nice like
He has like a
rancher
Western,
accent.
like
That's a
dude.
good actor right
It's
there.
impressive. So yeah,
Yeah,
I think
actors
when
really are
when
next
American actor does a British accent, for some reason find it less impressive.
Yeah, I think it's probably easier to talk British than for British people to talk American.
I think so. Well,
Could you
because
imagine walking into a bar and talking like an American to pick up a chick? Like, you know how people like talk
Dude,
British
yeah.
or something like that is like
that'd
a
be
fun
really
thing.
funny.
Like, I don't picture a British person like,
No,
watch me
I-
talk
I-
like an
impressive.
American.
I've never been to Britain or over in Europe where they speak British like that, but I
They speak English. They just have an accent.
Yeah.
British.
I don't think that they like Americans though.
No, well,
Maybe
yeah,
I don't
it's
know
just
why
some
I
weird.
think. I don't know
So
if I've
fucking
heard that.
dumb.
What are you talking about, Ryan? What are
You just
talking
said that
about?
they speak British.
That's fine. Some people say Mexicans speak Mexican.
Then both of those are wrong.
Yeah, I know.
I did say I thought Brazilian people spoke
Brazilian?
Brazilian.
And we
British?
speak American.
British accent.
Damn right. Hell yeah. Bald
You know
eagles.
what I'm saying? British accent. Speak British with a.
I heard one
They
time.
speak English with a
one-
British accent.
like, a
actually.
British-
Sorry, I didn't know. Jeez. All right, you get what I'm saying though.
I heard like
Never mind.
a British
Wipe it.
person
Never
like
mind.
clap back one time, or I don't know. They gave some like scientific, realistic reason, and they're like, actually, British people have to move their mouth less to talk, which is true. You know, if we say the weather, we say they just say the weather. Like they don't have to.
weather. The
and
weather.
They, yeah,
Ken
they-
starts speaking
To
British.
save on energy.
it's so funny.
You want to bring up Ryan saying how he does things because he's lazy?
Huh?
How did you deflect
Ryan,
that onto
Ken,
me?
you can't deflect
What
that.
did you just say?
Ryan fucked up his exhaust because he was lazy.
Did you just deflect being lazy on Ryan?
I'm just saying, I'm not the only one here.
Well, at least Ryan does
Uh-huh.
aftermarket exhaust.
On that lazy note.
We need to get Ken a ride shield. That's it. That's it for today.
Why do we
All right,
need to
guys,
get-
That was so
Why
funny.
do we need to get Ken a riot shield?
I don't know.
Deflections, man. Do you know what a fucking ride shield
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I'm an idiot.
We're all getting dumber.
All right, catch us
Especially
next
me.
week with Ken with a British accent
is? And a ride shield.
and a
Ken,
ride shield.
Can you come over here and give me just one good British sentence?
Say,
Or
can we get like
wait,
a
hold up. I fucked that
Peace.
up again.
I want to
Would
hear
it
what
be
no
British?
sounds like with a British accent.
no?
No.
No can do.
That's a no can do.
That's a no can do.
All right.
All right, Steve.
Peace.
Peace.
Oh, that was so fun.